she was a beautiful baby, just happy. And she was perfectly fine at her 2-month checkup with her doctor. Then she had just a little random cough and would not eat, just screamed and cried each time I tried to nurse her. And she just heaved and threw up and was choking and gagging, and I was yelling for Chad. And he took her, and I called 911, and I didn't know where they were coming from, how long it would take, and I said, forget it, we'll take her. So we raced her to the emergency room in Ida Grove, and they saw an enlargement, and they weren't sure. He said, it's not a good picture, we don't know if it's a heart or lung. So they asked us where we wanted to go, to Omaha or Des Moines, and we thought, Omaha's a little closer, let's just go to Omaha. And then when we got to the hospital, went in, got an x-ray, they did an EKG and an echocardiogram, and then her breathing started to change. The doctors came in and they had looked at everything, and they said, we need to get her to the PICU. So they took us down there, and it was so scary. They were ready to put her on the ECMO machine, which is a machine that pumps your blood and your heart and your lung. And so there were 25 people just standing in the hallway in her room, plugging her up, hooking her to everything. And it was like you were in a tornado and you couldn't see anything. It was just this whirlwind.
When a child presents with a heart that's as sick as Katelyn's, there's really not a lot of great options. By the time your heart's only beating and squeezing out 5% of the blood each time, in general, we can't recover that heart. Once it's clear that the heart's not recovering, our only real option in children is to move towards transplantation. In Katelyn's case, she got so sick so fast that we couldn't support her long enough to get her to transplantation without using a ventricular assist device.
The new heart transplant program is really important for children because we have a large cardiology practice, and we have been sending 8 to 10 children a year to hospitals to undergo heart transplants because we didn't offer it here. And to have them have to leave a medical team that they know, leave their family and friend support system behind to go to a city for sometimes weeks and months is really difficult. So having it right here in Omaha is a real benefit for our families.
In the PICU, you're in a fishbowl. We had 2 nurses 24/7 in her room. You're constantly around, buzzing, all the alarms going off. It's just overwhelming, just the noises of that environment of the PICU.
Today, about half of our patients come from outside of Omaha, and it's our philosophy that we want our families to be close to the children as they're being treated at the hospital, and the Rainbow House gives them that ability.
When you're traveling a distance with a very sick child, and then having to find a hotel, having to pay for a hotel, and everything surrounding that is overwhelming.
We need the ability for these patients who live out of town to send them someplace close where they have easy access back to the hospital and where they can feel safe and comfortable while they're adjusting to the fact that they have a child who now had a heart transplant. Katelyn is simply adorable. You know, seeing her today, she's a beautiful, perfect 9-month-old baby. She's doing exactly what she's supposed to do.
The new Rainbow House is going to offer us several benefits over the existing facility. First of all, it's going to be much larger. We're going to have 56 guest rooms compared to 31 today. All of the guest rooms in the new house will have private baths. So it's going to be just a much more comfortable place for the families to spend time while their children are being treated here at the hospital.
You know, why would someone give to the Rainbow House? It's not medical equipment, it's not research, but it just gives hope to families who can stay there. And to have peace and to take the financial burden off of people, it changes everything, being able to have a place to go and just be still for a moment and stop the ringing of all the alarms.
Having a facility that allows us to do this job the best we can, to give these families an opportunity to stay close by, to stay in touch, to get a good night's sleep when their kid's sick and they are just experiencing terrible things, is the only way we could do this job. And the only reason we've done so well in this first year is because all those other pieces are together. And I hope people can recognize that the Rainbow House is as much a part of that as anything else.